in there and gets absolutely plastered, iced out by Usyk. So it just shows, you know, and there's all the big fights, Tyson Fury and AJ. AJ got ironed out by Dubois properly, and Usyk just ironed out Dubois.
I just worry about him going forward, because fighters who study him and watch him know, I get you past 3 or 4 rounds and keep putting dents in you, it's only a matter of time. Now, don't get me wrong, Usyk's shown that and Jojo's shown.
Proved since he beat Daniel Dubois. But then, who did Oleksandr Usyk beat after beating Daniel Dubois? Tyson Fury. He beat Tyson Fury twice. He did it the first time, and then the second time, he did it even.
Pros explain how Oleksandr Usyk destroyed boxing careers by not just defeating opponents, but dismantling their confidence. Tony Bello admits he fears for Daniel Dubois' future in the sport, believing Usyk exposed deep mental weaknesses.
Usyk's performance.
It was basically as I predicted. I said Oleksandr Usyk would figure Daniel Dubois out and he'd stop me, just done it a little bit quicker than I thought. I said anywhere between 8 and 10, and he does it in, I think it was the 5th or the 6th.
Yeah, that's it.
The 5th round. So basically, he comes out, he starts, he just does a good look in the first round, but he already implements the jab straight away. Oleksandr, when he hits Daniel Dubois with a really hard jab. And like I said before, Daniel Dubois is a confidence fighter. When he gets confidence and he starts pressing forward, the confidence builds and his momentum builds. He stifled it in that first round with a hard, heavy jab. And from the outside looking in, it just looked like it was only a matter of time till Daniel Dubois was going to go, I've had enough.
Yeah, you think?
He was landing heavy shot after heavy shot. Even when he landed to the body, Usyk was like, touched his body and then just was like, what are you going to do? Nothing's working for you. And it just took away all the confidence from Daniel Dubois.
See it drain out of him, really, couldn't you? Very quickly.
It was sad, really, because I just worry about Daniel, because I think to myself, as fighters, the thing that you need most is heart, and he's displayed that on a couple of occasions against your Jarrell Millers and your Filip Hrgovićs. But then he's also displayed that he doesn't have the heart for the fight.
Bello says Dubois thrives when confident, but against Usyk, that self-belief vanished from the opening round. Frank Warren has openly praised Usyk as one of the greatest fighters of this generation. His words place Usyk among historic legends like Muhammad Ali and Lennox Lewis, emphasizing how Usyk's achievements are no less significant. Warren's remarks highlight how Usyk's discipline and technical skill have elevated him to a level that demands respect even from those who typically speak in favor of their own fighters. In the same breath, he suggests that Tyson Fury's possible return is not random, but perhaps fueled by the sheer greatness Usyk has displayed in the ring.
He took over the fight. He's got a great mental, you know, he's so strong mentally, Usyk. You know, you think about it, every fight he's had has been on the road because of obviously the war in Ukraine, going into other people's backyards and coming away with a prize each time. It takes a bit of a mindset to do that, as well as the skills that he has. But he done a fantastic job and took the fight over and eventually stopped Daniel.
How do you think he compares to the other greats of the sport then, the likes of Muhammad Ali, Lennox Lewis, George Foreman, Mike Tyson, Evander Holyfield?
He's up there with them all. He's up there. You know, he's in the top 10, and you left out Larry Holmes, who was a great fighter. You know, they would have been, you know, of each generation. It's all, you know, we always do it, all of us in boxing. I wonder how this one would have got, you know, how would Muhammad Ali have got on with Usyk and all these sort of, you know, permutations. But you can only be the best as you can in your generation, and he at the moment is the guy, and he's done it. He's done it at 3 levels. He won the gold medal in the Olympic Games. He unified all of the cruiserweight titles, the 4 belts. And he's done the same in the heavyweight division, and at 38 years of age, is undefeated. So he's one of the greats.
Tyson Fury insists that he's the only man who can beat Usyk. Will he step out of retirement for a trilogy?
We'll see, but he likes that fight. He wants that fight. And they were close fights, by the way. You know, very, very close fights, both of those fights that Tyson had with him. So who knows? Anything can happen in this business. And And maybe that's a fight that could be made if indeed Usyk wants to do it and Tyson wants to do it. I have no problem with it. In fact, it was mentioned during an interview over the PA address at Wembley on Saturday, and everybody gave it a loud cheer. So, I'm sure there'd be an appetite.
Warren believes Tyson's desire to face Usyk again stems from the competitive urge to overcome a truly legendary opponent. It's not just a rematch. It's about proving oneself against a fighter whose name now echoes alongside the all-time greats Tyson. Fury has continued to speak boldly about reclaiming the championship belts from Usyk. Even though the results of their past 2 encounters speak otherwise, each loss has chipped away at his dominance, and observers now point to the visible shift in his energy and behavior post-defeat. Since his most recent loss to Usyk, Tyson has not stepped into the ring.
Usyk, middleweight. You say you want the WBC, and it's held by gypsies. It is held by gypsies. It's held by the Gypsy King, and it's held tightly, grasped tight, and all road leads to a 7-foot behemoth that will absolutely destroy you, middleweight. Middleweight, you will get smashed to bits. You say you wanted to fight me after you beat the bodybuilder, called me out on television, and now you're being a little bitch pussy boy, running, hiding, saying you've got injuries. You ain't got no injuries. You had a sparring contest. Get out and fight in December. You let your mouth go. Now let's back it up. See if you can back it up, middleweight. Doesn't matter if it's December or April or August next year. The outcome will be the same. I will obliterate you. I'm a 7-foot, 20-stone behemoth, and I will destroy you, middleweight. Find your balls. Come see me.
The silence following his defeat is unusual for someone known for his outspoken personality and media presence. Many fans and analysts feel that Fury's desire for a third match isn't just about revenge. It's about redemption. It's a way for him to reclaim his place mentally, emotionally, and historically. This third bout, if it happens, could be Fury's last shot at healing the wound that Usyk left on his career in legacy. Usyk remains highly motivated not just to defend his titles, but to continue proving his worth against the very best in the heavyweight division.
He's a fighting man. We are fighting men, after all, right? He's a fighting man, and that's going to eat away at his soul. Fact that he lost his last ever fight to Oleksandr Usyk. So my bet, my money, would go on a rematch happening in Saudi Arabia once again, not in October, sometime around March next year. You got to decompress. You got to forget all about fighting. Enjoy your family.
Spend some family time, walk me dog, go to the tip. Me and Frank will talk what's going to happen in the future.
Get over the loss mentally, because it will take a while to process. Now, granted, it was a split decision. One judge thought that he won. So there's a moral victory there. So to the press and to the public, you can talk and say, one judge thought I won. So therefore, in my mind, we're good. But when he goes home and you rest your head on that pillow at night, you know, the world knows that Oleksandr Usyk was the winner of that fight. And that is why fighters, when they have the money, they have the respect, they've got the career.
After defeating Daniel Dubois, Usyk didn't hesitate to express his readiness for another battle with both Tyson Fury and Anthony Joshua. His openness toward facing either man reflects his mindset as a fighter who does not shy away from any challenge. Instead of resting on his achievements, Usyk continues to demand more of himself, pushing boundaries and welcoming the toughest opponents. His hunger for greatness is not just talk.
Right, guys, quick one. I keep getting asked about this Dubois situation and all this quitting stuff and whatever else. Here's the facts. The facts are, young Daniel did his best against one of the greatest champions that's ever been, and it wasn't good enough. He come up short. He got put down twice. What do you want him to do? Die in the ring? There's no first place for getting battered. The lad did his best. He wasn't going to win the fight. He's better off getting out of there. There's a lot of jealousy in boxing, especially when an individual's making a lot of money. A lot of jealous fighters slagging someone off who did his best and had the guts to get in there. There is no cowards in boxing. When you're in that ring fighting world heavyweight champions, there is no cowards. So all the credit deserves to Daniel. He worked his off from being 8-year-old. He won the world title and fought Usyk for undisputed. video went off and fought Usyk for the undisputed, and now he's sitting at home, multi-millionaire at 27, do what he wants. Daniel, if you ever get to see this, chin up, son. Your dad's proud of you, everybody's proud of you. You've come from a kid to a man to be the world heavyweight champion and box at Wembley and in front of 100,000 people. You can't beat that kid. And if you ever want to do any training with a real straight man, come yourself to Morecambe anytime you want, kid. Because there's no jealousy here and there's no people putting others down who do the best. I call them dream crushers and jealous. Exactly, that's what you are. I love the dirty, jealous.
It's visible in his performance and attitude after every fight. Following Daniel Dubois' loss to Usyk, Tyson Fury stepped forward with a surprising gesture of support, recognizing that the defeat had a psychological impact on Daniel. Fury offered his mentorship and training help. His gesture suggests a deeper understanding of the toll that facing Usyk can take on even the most promising young fighters.
Situation, you know, you got AJ boxed Daniel Dubois recently and got ironed out, knocked down 5 times, flattened. And then Dubois was on a great run, three big knockouts in a row, including Joshua and Nurkovic and Miller. And he goes in there and gets absolutely plastered, iced out by Usyk. So it just shows, you know. And there's all the big fights, Tyson Fury and AJ. AJ got ironed out by Dubois properly, and Usyk just ironed out Dubois. So it's quite pointless. The only man who's been able to beat this fucker is myself, and been ripped off. So I'm not sure what's going on, but you know what it is. GK all day, every day. Fucking still the top dog, still the top G. Beat him twice and I'll do it again. Wembley, here we come. 3.
Fury's experience in the ring and his history with Usyk make him a valuable guide, and his willingness to mentor Daniel shows a side of leadership and responsibility toward the next generation of British fighters. This support may serve not only to help Daniel recover, but also to reinforce the kind of community spirit boxing rarely showcases publicly. Tyson Fury has made it clear that he sees no value in fighting Anthony Joshua for a third time.
Then, well, here it is. Here's your world title shot. You're going to fight for a world title, right? But if you're Joseph Parker, and I spoke to Andy Lee, it isn't just a case of fighting for a world title. You want to fight the #1 for the world title, and that guy is Oleksandr Usyk. So, yeah, there must be loads of conversations going on right now. Loads of conversations. I did say this the other day, and I don't know, sometimes I'm like, you know, when I was in the ring and I was interviewing Oleksandr Usyk, I was desperate because of my love for Joseph Parker. I was desperate for Joseph Parker to get, I know he got in the ring after, but I'm talking about on the zone. So whilst everyone is still in the stadium and everyone's still tuned in, I was desperate for him to kind of just jump in the ring. I was desperate for him to do it. Chisora was trying to do it. So Chisora knows how to play the game. And as much as people are like, what's Chisora doing? Chisora's, well, look, Chisora won't get the fight, but that's kind of what you got to do. And I know people are like, well, 1 second, it's not like that. It's ranking. Well, no, it's not though, is it? Because, again, Oleksandr Usyk can vacate the belt. He can say no. You have to kind of do what Daniel Dubois did last time. Daniel Dubois, rightly or wrongly, got in the ring, pissed Usyk off. Usyk's like, okay, we'll fight then. Fuck it. If this is what you're doing, dude, we'll fight. And I felt like there was a time where I wanted Joseph Parker to almost nudge me. And I'm telling you now, you know, we're kind of told not to give the mic. I don't know if you see, I always hold onto the mic. I would have given Joseph Parker the mic. And I would like Joseph Parker because there's a mean side to Joseph Parker. I think everyone sees the friendly side. I've seen the mean side. And I wanted Joseph Parker to say, I want my shot. You've been ducking me. All these things might not be true, but do it. Sell it. The crowd would have gone a bit wild, right? Because I think a lot of the crowd want Joseph Parker to get his shot. But that's not what happened. And all of a sudden, you're seeing Jake Paul in the ring doing a face-off. You're seeing all these, and I'm like, where's Joseph Parker? Where are you, Joseph?
He points out that Daniel Dubois had put up a strong fight against Joshua, while Usyk handled Dubois with apparent ease. From Tyson's perspective, this proves that Joshua no longer poses a serious challenge to Usyk. He believes the only man capable of standing toe-to-toe with Usyk is himself. With that in mind, Tyson has openly expressed his wish to face Usyk for a third time. this time in a venue as iconic as Wembley. His desire is not only rooted in reclaiming the belts, but also in giving the British crowd a historic trilogy that could define this era of heavyweight boxing.
Oleksandr Usyk has dominated British heavyweight boxing. Every single British fighter we've put in front of Usyk, he's beaten. Usyk has beaten the likes of Derek Chisora, Anthony Joshua twice, Daniel Dubois, and Tyson Fury twice. But I've noticed something. Every time that Usyk is fighting a British fighter, a section of the British media finds a way to discredit Oleksandr Usyk. Here is a prime example of what I am talking about.
Yeah, so I know Daniel Dubois. I see him work from day to day. I know what they're working on tactically. Go back to 2023 when Dubois lost to Oleksandr Usyk, and you say, all right, yeah, look, they seem quite far apart there. He had his moments, Daniel, but Usyk was sort of leagues above him then. Oleksandr Usyk has not got better since then. There's a lot of miles on the clock since then. There's no sign of deterioration, but what I'm saying is Daniel Dubois is a different character, a different animal from then.
You're saying that Usyk has not got better since fighting Daniel Dubois?
Yeah,
even though he's dealt with Fury?
Yeah, absolutely.
According to Spencer Oliver, Usyk has not gotten any better. Usyk has not improved since beating Daniel Dubois. Now that is some of the most inaccurate nonsense I have ever.
There have been strong talks in the boxing world about a possible matchup between Anthony Joshua and Tyson Fury as a warm-up bout, since Tyson has been inactive following his last bout with Usyk. In May 2024, this fight is seen as a strategic comeback for him. For Joshua, it offers a major opportunity to redeem himself on a grand stage. The anticipation surrounding this fight grows with every rumor and unofficial hint. If scheduled, this face-off would not only serve as a high-profile event, but also determine who among the two still has the edge in the current heavyweight climate. It may also act as a lead into Fury's ultimate goal, facing Usyk for the third time,